Hello there, and welcome back to another installment of SCP Readings, with your reader here, Gmodon. Today we're looking at SCP-053. There's a link down in the description for you to follow along as I read out loud. SCP-053 appears to be a small 3-year-old girl. She is capable of basic speech and appears to be slightly above average in mental development. She has a generally pleasant personality and rarely seems upset, becoming agitated only in the presence of groups of people. Any and all humans over the age of 3 who make eye contact with, physically touch, or remain around SCP-053 for longer than 10 minutes will rapidly become irrational, paranoid, and homicidal. Most, if not all, of these feelings will be directed at SCP-053, and afflicted subjects will attempt to kill SCP-053 after first killing or driving off all humans visible to them. Those attempting to kill SCP-053 will suffer massive heart attacks or seizures, and die seconds after doing any physical damage to SCP-053. SCP-053 will regenerate almost instantaneously from any wound, regardless of severity. SCP-053 appears wholly ignorant of these effects, and ignores any and all subjects affected. When questioned about the effect, SCP-053 is incapable of response. Now, one of the main reasons I picked this SCP to read is because I'm fascinated by its interactions with SCP-682, which is the indestructible reptile, and I will read its experiment log where they put both the SCPs together and how they reacted to one another. SCP-682 introduced to SCP-053 containment area. SCP-682 appears to be very confused and shows no sign of being affected by SCP-053. SCP-053 appears to be afraid of SCP-682 and hides behind a chair in her containment area. SCP-682 lowers itself to the ground, resting its head on the floor. SCP-053 approaches SCP-682 and after several seconds of hesitation, briefly touches SCP-682 before rapidly returning to her hiding place. SCP-682 does not react in any way. SCP-053 approaches SCP-682 and pats its head, causing it to exhale through its forward nostrils. SCP-053 claps and hops in place several times before embracing the head of SCP-682. For the remainder of the testing period, SCP-682 appears to be in a very docile state, with only 2 low-level escape attempts being made. SCP-053 is observed to bring toys and other items to SCP-682 and make several drawings on its forward carapace with crowns. Staff entering at the end of the test phase are immediately attacked by SCP-682, resulting in 2 deaths and 5 injuries. SCP-682 contained and moved to separate containment unit. SCP-053 observed crying for several minutes after SCP-682 is removed. Notes: the reaction of SCP-682 is notable for several reasons. First, it is one of the few incidents where SCP-682 has come in contact with biological tissue and not entered a rage state. Second, it has raised questions as to the physical makeup and composition of SCP-053 in regards to the lack of response of SCP-682. Third, it has proved a possible situation to long-term containment. However, approval for mutual containment of 2 highly dangerous SCP items in a single containment unit is not likely. Right, so right here, this has to be probably one of my favorite SCPs, or combination of SCPs. I've always liked SCP-682, and I found SCP-053 to be pretty interesting on its own, a kid that makes people go homicidal. But putting them together, it's probably one of my favorite tropes in fictional type things, that the big, scary, and deadly thing will not hurt the innocent looking small thing. And they get along, and it's just, I don't know, I find it really, really adorable. And there's several upon several fan arts out there of these 2 being together, and it's so cute, and this is probably like one of my favorite things that I've ever read in the SCP Foundation now, which is saying quite a lot because there's a lot of things that I really love about SCP, and this is a topper, honestly, because they're so cute together, and it's just great. It really brings into the idea that these 2 deadly forces, they're maybe canceling each other out, with SCP-053 making anybody that looks at it want to be homicidal. 682 is already homicidal as it is, and I find that really cool that it cancels out his wanting of destroying everything and becomes completely docile and really sweet to this little girl who loves him back. So I really enjoyed reading this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.